Hello, YouTubers. This is Lise from Not Your Fucking Guru. It's January 5th, 2022. How you doing today? What I say and believe today may not what I believe or say tomorrow. Let's always level up and let's get into it. All right, so I started this channel because it's terrifying. It's very hard, even as I'm recording right now. You pick yourself apart and you, like me personally, I'll just speak for myself. I see my janky background. I'm working on this room and you can see the trim up there is all janked out. You look at yourself, like I could never do this. I sound so bad. I look so bad. Whatever. Face your fears. Just dive in there and do it. I don't have a ring light or any of the proper equipment. But that's the point. The whole point of this was to face my fears, level up, and try something new. Just get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I got a message from somebody, you know who you are, and it was very encouraging. He's been going through a hard time. He could use some friends. He spends a lot of time alone. I think he chooses that, but still it doesn't make it any easier. But he watches my videos. Well, what do you know? And he's watched them all, and it's brought a smile to his face, and he's given me good advice. So, hey, right there, that's worth doing this whole project. Having him, get a smile on his face after everything he's been through, that's what this is about. So, fuck yeah, awesome. Thank you very much for your love and for telling me that, I love you. That's awesome. All right, so today is January 5th, and it is 5G Day. I know that they've rolled it out in places this last year, I think a little longer, and I've seen some scary stories about it. People hurt, schools where children were got diseases, were incapacitated. Anyway, so today was going to be the day, but I saw that the airlines and stuff are fighting on that because it has something to do with their planes and safety. So, have you felt anything? Are you watching the whole 5G thing? Are you just so overwhelmed that you don't care, you haven't thought about it, and you're like, whatever, new tech, let's dive in, whatever. I'm not like saying, oh my God, we're all gonna be zombies, but there's a lot of places that have put this off, and something to think about. We are the change. So I'm just addressing that so that maybe somebody out there will be aware and make some orgonite or, something to help counteract this new tech. So 5G, I thought I could segue that into another topic I've been thinking about. Instead of that, let's think about thinking like a fifth grader. You remember what it was like to be in fifth grade, and when you dreamed something, you would, it could be absurd, but you felt it, and it was so true in that moment, like how an athlete, like say a diver, has to imagine that dive completely perfect for him to make it, or her, make it, and make their dive perfect. If they don't see it in their head first, then they can't do it, so like a fifth grader dreams, like a lot of people's lives and careers are based on these so-called childish dreams, and now they do that for a living. When you were a kid, did you want to fly to work in a helicopter with your monkey or your dog and take it to work every day? Well, I get to take my little guy to work every day. I've created a life where if it isn't good for Bluto, then it isn't good for me. And he's been my best friend for 11 years. Those of you who know me know the little guy. And oh, I love him so much. What a life changer. Oh my God, such a light in my life. And thank goodness for those dreams, because I have the dog of my dream right now. Just that one special dog. You animal people will know that feeling. And oh, he's just the love of my life. What a sweetie. Just what a challenge. What a nightmare. Anyway, so uh, I was just thinking about that whole being able to think and feel your dreams, like when you were in fifth grade and you had these big, beautiful dreams and you could see them so clearly. Are you still able to do that, or do you think the lack of dreaming makes you lose the ability to do that at all? Is it like a muscle in your brain? And now that our reality is forced on us, we don't spend our free time just staring at the beautiful sky or throwing a frisbee with some friends on the lawn. Like I live where I can see children all the time, and they don't play organized games anymore, like tag, Red Rover, kickball, all those sorts of things. They drink a bunch of Monsters, crack out on candy, throw stuff everywhere, break it in their. Obviously, they're just jacked up, and yeah, anyway, I digress, but you get where I'm going with this. Can you still dream? And if we think it, does it exist? You know, there's this guy, you might have ran across the video, I don't know, but he is a quantum physicist, I believe, and he's proved that that we live in a simulation. But even he's, and I believe it's by math and, you know, experiments or whatever. There's a double slit, I think, is one of the first ones. But there's lots of videos where people are more um, um, informed to be able to discuss and talk about that. But because we, you know, like quantum physics, our group consciousness, does it create reality? You know, our inability to dream, our dreams being forced on us through, you know, all our free time is taken up with reality being shoved down our throat of some kind, even at our jobs, or, you know, the stuff that the kids are taught at school and then bring home. So this guy, he would do this experiment to make sure that he knew that we lived in a reality that was a simulation, and to prove it, he needed like a big proof. So he was like, okay, I'm going to see a golden fish. And it's not going to be just like some subtle thing. It needs like a big pop so that we're participating in the experiment and co-creating this reality, right? And proving that it's a simulation. So the guy, he said, I wanted to see a big golden fish. And then he goes to where he normally eats lunch, where all the restaurants are or whatever. And there's this big golden neon fish. And it's a sushi bar or some shit. And pardon me, dude, if you've watched this and I get the story wrong, but the point is, he sees this restaurant, and not only, you know, was that restaurant not there before and suddenly there, but the fish is a giant golden fish. So I thought I'd ask you if you know, have done any experiments like that, or like how when you're thinking of somebody and then they call you, is that co-creating reality, or, you know, is it person to person more like a telepathy? We send a frequency and they receive the frequency. I don't know, y'all, but I'm having a lot of fun with these videos, facing a lot of fears and challenges, which is always a level up, level up, level up. And I appreciate the encouragement. I'm surprised how suddenly I'm like looking at the views and am I affecting people and all like that. But then I was reminded by that one person, it doesn't fucking matter. Affect one person. And I brought a smile to somebody's face that, you know, really deserves to smile. So I'm really proud about that. All right, I like to include some sort of art thing because I think that makes it interesting, and I like watching people's videos where it's not all one topic or doom and gloom or whatever, but it just makes it interesting. Maybe it's just my eccentricity, I don't know. But you guys know I make those pyramids and stuff. You can see one right there. And if you're into Orgonite or whatever, I love Ken Rolla from Fresh and Alive, and shout out Ken. I love him, but yeah, that dude's been through a lot. And really freaking brilliant, beautiful mind. Lots of brain food on Fresh and Alive. But a lot of work goes into these devices. Just thought I'd show you this right here. See, this is going to go into the tip of one of the pyramids, and this ring was poured with some extra leftover, the brass you saw in the other reveal of the brass and resin layer. And then this, the quartz crystals you need in the tips and the top point and in the bottom point, and you want to layer these things in layers and make sure that they're not all just dumped in and poured at once. And so for my tip of one that you'll see later, I just thought I'd share it with you. In the tip, I have this nice, beautiful quartz crystal and some rose quartz around it, and then it's in this brass ring. So I've already got a little piece of organite within the bigger piece of organite, and then in a future video, I'm sure you'll see me do the resin reveal and show you, where I put this later. All right, everybody, happy January 5th, and shine on, level up, and I'll see you next time.